Welcome to Florida Sports Stocks. My name is Mark Croy, your Titleist Performance Institute golf fitness professional. What I'm going to talk about today is the importance of your hips in your golf swing. Why they're important. Hip mobility. Again, your hips are in here, and your mobility is forward and back this way. See how my hips are rotating side to side with my hands here? That's easy to see, being able to do that. A lot of golfers think hip mobility is this. When I say rotate your hips, if you're watching the Golf Channel and they're talking about hip rotation, a lot of golfers think this is hip rotation. It's not. It's total body. Really hard on the lumbar to do that. What you have to have the ability to do is move your hips this way. So your knees forward and back, and being able to do this action. This is what's important to be able to do this. Now, lots of times you may have some myofascial restrictions, some other things going on with the hips. You need to get those cleaned up so you can be more successful with this. But again, being able to do this. It's also a motor skill. A lot of people really struggle doing that, and I see them bending their knees like this, and they're kind of doing these funny dances when they're learning how to do this. So again, that hip mobility is going to be important because when you set up on your ball, get your club and you set up on your ball, you want to be able to keep your hips square to the ball. So when you go into your backswing, having that ability for your knees to do this is extremely important in weight shift. And weight shift is huge in a golf swing. You have to be able to transfer your weight here and finish through with your weight over here. You're really going to struggle if you can't get your hips to do this action. What you're going to do is you're going to be opening your hips up, you're going to be coming up over the top, you may be casting, you're going to do all kinds of things swaying to drive and use your arms to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to get the glutes to fire. It's going to hamper your ability to pelvic tilt. So being able to get this action is extremely important. So you just want to relax, and what I tell people to do when they first start is just keep their feet flat on the floor and just slightly bend their knees and push them forward and backwards. Because lots of times what people do is they come up on their toes and they're doing this action. You need to keep it down, keep the knees moving back and forth, and get those hips to rotate properly. So when I go into my backswing, my hips stay square in my backswing. Okay? I'm not going to be opening them up. You want to stay here, and that's going to help you keep that shoulder down and be able to get the glute to fire with your pelvic tilt and be able to fire through. If you can't do that, you're going to lose a lot of power, a lot of distance, and a lot of consistency. So again, it's very important to be able to do that. Hopefully this video is helpful. My name is Mark Croy, Florida Sports Stocks. Have a great day.